Well, hello there, people. I'm back again, another video. Just moving further down from the Dallow Lock this time, going towards Shobnall Fields. It is 6:34 in the evening. Lovely sunshine, wonderful breeze. But you'll have to bear with me today because I've got a new toy. Got a GoPro, so we're gonna have a go with that. But without further ado, let's get into it. Magnets away. Magnets away indeed. So we're using the GoPro today, and we'll see how we get on. But yeah, first cast of the day, metal rod, classic magnet fishing pulls, classics. So yeah, second pull of the day. What do we find? I'm metal detecting under the water with a magnet fishing, but somebody else has lost their fishing rod. Lost it? Don't know. Maybe had a complete paddy, snapped it in half because they weren't finding the fish that they wanted. So yep. And then as we can see, this is some of the stuff that the majority of the day I was pulling out, and I have edited it out. Just rubbish, nothing of interest, clumps of metal. So as you may have seen earlier on in the video, I've decided to get myself some clothing with my logo on, so people know who I am. But yeah, we all know what this one is. Pulled this out. It's only a small item, but we all know what it is for. Yeah, we know what it's for. So next one, which is again a bit of a weird find to be in a canal, but again, maybe the person that was using it again had a bit of a paddy whack and decided that their game wasn't good enough and snapped it in half, because I believe that to be the handle of a golf club. So this next one had me excited, especially the weight of it. When I pulled it out, I was excited about this one. So, and you'll all see in a minute, but we do transition from the GoPro because I forgot to put it on charge when I purchased it, so the battery was pretty much dying, so we've moved over to my phone. But yeah, you can see what it is. It's a money box. This one was exciting, but let's have a listen. There is stuff inside this, and stuff inside there was, but not what we wanted, not what I wanted at all. Just lots of stones. It was that black, they looked like pieces of coal. It was heavy, it was noisy, but in the end, just a disappointment. Just a disappointment. So this one, as I was pulling it out, my magnet got stuck to the wall on the side of the canal where the boats moor when they want to basically park up. So after a few yanks, there it comes. This is, I believe, part of a hoop from a coopered barrel. As you can see the join there, it looks as though that's what it is. So next one, just a quick piece, bent pipe, another classical find when you're magnet fishing in canals and water boats. So this one, it felt like it was huge, it felt like it was massive, several pulls and wiggles, lots of bubbles, and what it was a large heavy lump of metal. I haven't got a clue what it is, but if you do, please put a comment down in the section. Let me know your thoughts, because it was heavy. But yeah, nice large piece of metal there. So the video itself, unedited, was probably about 4 hours. That's how long I was out that day. But yeah, edited down now to about 20-25. So yeah, what we got here, They got a thin piece of metal sheet, nothing exciting. Another classical find, as is this one, another metal rod. You know, these are, could pull these out all day long, and lovely and exciting. Possibly a chef's steel with the shape of that, but it's that crusted in rust, who knows. Again, I just left this one on. It is just bits of rubbish, you know. Many of these were pulled out during the day. You don't need to see all of them. So again, this here, I believe, is part of a coopered barrel hoop. Again, this is a much larger piece than the one I pulled out earlier. I don't think you can see it in the actual video, but there is rivets on it, and the way that it joins at the top together. But yeah, we are at the heart of beer country in Burton upon Trent. It's where it's made. So this here is a boiler element, but also that looks like again some homemade paraphernalia. Yeah, we're trying to keep this as, you know, we know what we need. Yeah, and that boiler element. So this one I thought was originally like a large pipe, but it's just a small bent one. Again, another classic magnet fishing find. This one I thought was a metal spike, but then when I pulled it up I realised it was a wooden handle. So we had a mallet. Yeah, hammer time. This next one was a small, you know, electrical device. I have no idea what it is. If you know, tell me what it is, please. That looks like it could have been part of a horseshoe, but, you know, I have no idea. What we got here? What have we got here? This, I have no idea what this piece is. I looked at the shape of it, you know, I have no idea. It possibly could be off like a car jack, or who knows, but yeah, with this one here, finding more of these small metal discs, I have no idea what they are. Finding them every time I'm coming down the canal, lots of them. And by the looks of this, somebody didn't enjoy cooking, because instead of cleaning the damn thing, they just threw it in the canal. Classic barbecue. This one, at first glance, you would not be mistaken if you thought it looked like a crusty old chicken foot, but obviously it's not, because otherwise it wouldn't be on the end of my magnet. So I believe that is maybe the large spike from a metal garden gate, or you know, the large metal fence around posh houses. This one should be on the wall in somebody's home, kitchen, hallway. Why is it in the canal? It's a coat hook or a metal question mark, who knows. This here, maybe a chisel, maybe you know, a wood shaver, a planer, not sure really. The next one felt really heavy, but I think that was due to all the moss and crap that it had collected as it was coming up out of the water, but it is just a large threaded bolt. And again, this is classic magnet fishing finds, plenty of them during the day. I've only left 3 of them in, just bits of metal that you don't really know what they are. I've no idea. But this one, there's a few bubbles there, so I thought I might have something large, but at the end of the day, it is just what looks like a door handle from a kitchen cupboard or a barn door, maybe garden gate. Nothing exciting. This one was my favourite find of the day. It wasn't, oh no, I lie, this wasn't my favourite one, it's the next one. But this is just a large metal pipe. Again, another classic metal magnet fishing find. So yeah, this next one, this is the one I was on about. This is not heavy at all, and it's not that heavy at all. For some reason I lost it, but it was my favourite find of the day, and I will clean it up, and I may even use it. But you know, interesting find. Maybe it's fallen off a canal boat, maybe one of the gardens on the other side of the canal, I've thrown it in. But yeah, this is what looks like to be a made for candles, in the shape of a hot air balloon. Nice little find, that one. This was heavy. This was heavy indeed, and along with a few classical magnet fishing finds, this here looks like it could be, with that hole there, maybe like an old-fashioned car crank, you know, something to crank up a mechanical device. Found a few of these, you know, cupboard hinges, wardrobes, cupboards, kitchen cupboard hinges. This one, who knows what this could be? Yeah, could be a couple of different things. You know, it's a nice shade of blue, that's one thing, but it could be a piston, it could be one half of the forks, you know, suspension forks for a mountain bike. You know, who knows? But it's neither of them now, it's just a piece of scrap metal. And with this piece here, maybe eventually I'll be pulling out the whole bike piece by piece. As we pull this one out, you'll understand why. This is a bike stand. Mixed in all of them twigs and the crap that sits at the bottom of the canal, as well as all the metal, is this few bits of metal crap. And then oh, one bike stand, I believe, one bike stand. And then this is a classic magnet fishing find indeed. More scrap that I edited out. Lots of you've probably seen in this video around about 20 to 30 of the pulls that I made. I probably did about 80, and they were all full of just scrappy bits of metal. This again is another classical magnet fishing find. Just a tin, nothing exciting, but I thought you'd want to see it anyway. Now this piece was sunk deep down in the mud again at the bottom of the canal, which made it slightly harder to pull it out, but my magnet is built for stuff that weigh, it gives the pull of around 1100 kilos, so it's a strong magnet. But yeah, so this we pull out is it's a large pole, possibly one of those ones that's used for barriers that they use the tape on, like out in the farmyards when they've got fireworks on and they want to put a barrier up cheaply, and then they put a load of tape around it. Or, you know, this here, obviously again somebody has decided they've had enough of their fishing and just thrown it in along with the fishing rod. Obviously that's a peg that you put your fishing rod on to rest while you're just, I don't know, watching the world go by. And again, more coopered barrel hoops. You know, maybe I found a whole one. Maybe we'll, you know, I'll ask some welder to put them all together and see what we've definitely got there. But yeah, with all the rivets and the joins, I think that's what it is. So what we got next? There's a couple of large pieces on this cast. The first one just looks like the head of a very large spoon. And then this piece here just looks like the top of a microwave oven. I might be wrong, it might not be, but that's what it looked like to me. This next piece might not look it to you guys, but it was extremely heavy, very awkward and curved. Maybe by the way you look at it, you know, it's been there a while. The rivets just come off in my hands, you know. Maybe it's curved. Maybe in my dreams it's part of a medieval Knight of the Realm helmet. But it won't be. It'll be a piece of scrap metal. So we're getting near the end of the video now, and I think this one here was just maybe part of a wheel, the middle bar of a wheel that the spokes go from to attach to the rim of the wheel. But yeah, not too sure. That's the sort of look it gave me. And then this here is the final pull of the day. This was heavy. This was sunk in the mud again. It took me a few pulls on this, but as I pull it out, at first I thought it was a piece of scaffolding pipe, but then as you see, eventually when I flip it over, because as I picked it up to try and drain the crap out of it, I dropped it back into the canal. So then I had to pull it out again with my magnet. There we go. Whoops! In it goes. But no, as you can see, eventually when I pull it out, it will be what I believe, not scaffolding, but a thin piece of iron drain pipe. When I flip it over, you can see the T-shape. It's exactly what it looks like. If you don't agree with me, let me know what you think it is. But yeah, this was my last pull. This was my last cast. It was getting late. You know, I chucked my magnet back in to wash it off. But yeah, it was last one of the day. So if you like what you're seeing, please like, share, follow, subscribe. It helps me out. Share it with your friends, share it with your family, and until next time, peace out.